So welcome to today's class. What we are going to see is we are going to see something called as box model. Okay. Box model of CSS. It's a very important property, or you can say it's a concept which you should understand to write a decent amount of CSS. Okay. I say good amount of CSS. Then how this box model affects and what is this box model. Okay. We'll understand these things. So if I just come to browser and if I just search for the box model and if I directly go to the images, you see we are getting a different images here. Okay. So let me just get a simple image and we'll open a new tab and we'll just zoom it a bit. So this is a box model. So what is this exactly? Means every element, okay, every element in HTML, it can be treated as a box. Okay, every element like a tag, p tag, small tag, span tag, all things can be treated as elements. So elements has these properties. What are they? Element, you already know, content which lies inside the tag. Then next we have something called as padding. Okay, and above which we have something called as border, and finally we have something called as margin. So understanding these four things is known as understanding the box model of CSS. Okay, so how you find this box model means, let me show you this practically. We'll must just open a Chrome browser, and what we'll do, we'll just go to the file structure. Here we'll go desktop, we'll go to full stack CSS, right click, open with code. So open with code, we'll click this and we'll just make a file called as box model.css. Enter. Sorry, I need HTML. Right click, rename it. I want to change the extension from CSS to HTML. Enter. If you change this extension, what you need to do, you need to just write exclamatory marks and you can just write box model. Here what I'll do, I'll just make on H1 and I'll just say hi. Right click, open with live server. Okay, so this is the simple hi application. And what I can do is I can right click and inspect this. Okay, when you right click and inspect this, you see this is the developer tools. Okay, docs developer tool, Chrome developer tools, it will open. So what we'll do here, we'll just cut these things. I don't require this. You see full HTML page is printed here, right? So what I'll do, I'll just open the body tag and inside body I will have this H1. Okay, when I hover on this H1, you see this is highlighted with the blue color, this is highlighted with the oranges color. Okay, then how come this is coming? This is coming due to the box model. If you go down, you see the same color is there, right? This is the box model. We have a content, the inner side is the content, then we have padding, then we have border and margin. For now, dash means there is nothing. There is no border for this H1. There is no padding, but there is content. This height and width can be 250 and 36. 36 pixel is height, 250 pixel is wide. Okay, this is the height and width for this. So what is the margin it has? You see, we have a orange color. When I remove this, you see orange color goes. You can see here, the orange color at the top and bottom comes. Okay, this is the margin. Who gave this margin? I have not given this margin. This margin is coming from this place. Okay, this place is coming. This is given by user style set, means our Chrome browser. Whenever you see user style set, means Chrome gives this style. Okay, by default H1 is bold, H1 is big and all these things. This styling is given by Chrome. Let us say in our tag we just have a simple paragraph P and we have lorem ipsum. If we come here, you see P tag added. If you check, there is a start margin, end margin, and 1 pixel. Okay, it's 1 rem. Okay, m 1 m equal to 16 pixels. Okay, if I just change margin to 1 pixel, you see now it has been 1 applied always. Okay, so how this block model works? Block model is simple, but you have a content at blue color. This is your content, height and width will be given. Next, green color, the padding. Okay. Let's imagine black color for the, okay, let's imagine red color. Red color for the borders and orange color for the margin. Okay. This is margin. This red one is border. And inside green one is padding. And blue one is content. Okay. Blue one is content. So this is the box model understanding. Sir, why should we remember this? Okay. Means every website you see, it's just a collection of boxes. Sir, proof? Yes, we have a proof. Let us say, imagine we got to a Amazon.com or some other website. Let me just write with the Amazon. You see, this is the website, right? If I just go with the extensions, I don't have. Okay, I need to install one extension that is called as. Okay. Parasite or site, maybe anything. Okay, we need to find extensions. Okay, Chrome extension. So you can just download this extension. Okay, it will come here and it will just add to Chrome, add extension. Okay, I got this extension. I don't require sign in. So I'll just make it at here. Okay. What does this? It will show you. If you click here, you see everything. Every element you can see as a box. It has highlighted everything as a box. You see, this is also a box. This button is also a box. And all these things are having. So this full site is nothing but just a collection of rectangular boxes. Okay. Then our task is to understand how they are assembled. Okay. How the margin works, how the padding works. So what I'll do is I'll just explain you what is the padding and what is margin. Then we'll go with the real scenario. Box model, you understand, right? We have a content, C for content, and up content, we have padding, P for padding. Then upon padding, we have B for border. And at this space, we have something called as margin, M. So this is known as box model of CSS. Okay. So what does this box model says? How to understand this? So for this understanding, let me just take this H1 as example. Okay. And I will just write a style tag here. Okay. And we'll select the H1. So content width and height, you already know. Content means how much you will write. That means it will increase. Okay. Content height and width. Let us say if I show you in our box model here, you see they are same, right? Content, padding, border, margin. The same image is there, same here. Content, padding, border, and margin. Okay. For this, we don't have anything, so it is not highlighting here. So if we select P, it has only padding. So it has only margin. So let me just give everything for P. Let us give padding. Okay. Padding of 10 pixels I need. Okay. This is my padding. And let us give the border 10 pixels. Solid. And we also give the margin 10 pixels. Means I applied 4 properties, right? 3 properties. Fourth property, content is automatically there. Okay. We don't need to give. So if you select H1, now if you see the box model, you see it has been changed. What change it happened? Means now you got margin from all sides, right? 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Similarly, you got the borders also. 10 pixel, 10 pixel top, bottom, left and right. All these things you got, right? Padding also you got. And content is by default. It's 190, right? If I just make it, instead of hi, we'll make it hello. CSS. Now you see, come to our box model. You see, refresh. Okay, it's still same, huh? Height. This is height width, right? Okay, computed. You can just see what are the properties it applied. Okay. It has given margin, block end, block start, bottom, inline, and all these things are applied. So how does this remember? Okay. This is there, right? How should we understand this? We are having this one element. Then we are writing these properties. Padding, border, and margin. Imagine this is your content. And imagine this red one is your border. Okay. C for content and This is for your border. Okay, this is for your border. Let us imagine if you need some space inside the between the border and content. If you need some space between content and border inside, then we use something called as padding. Okay, we use something called as padding. If you need space outside the border, it is called as margin. Okay, border you already know, it's a outline of the content, that's all. If you need space internally, padding, externally, margin. Clear, right? So this is the thing you should understand. Let us say this is our content, right? In P, if I just select P, this is my content and this is my border. Remember all two things only: content, blue color, border, this color. If I need some space between the border and content, I use padding. If I use border outside space, it is called as margin. Border inside space, it is called as padding. Simple one, right? Border inside space called as padding. Outside space, margin. Simple. So what are the different properties available? As simple as border top, border left, border bottom, border right. We have all these things. Let me just show you. Padding is there, right? Padding means it will apply to all the four sides. Let us say I want different padding for the different sides. What we'll do, we'll just select P for now for just testing purpose. And I'll just write padding top. Padding hyphen top. On the top, I need 40 pixels of padding. You come here and check our you see padding for 40 pixels. And here you will not understand until unless I do one thing. I'll just make a star and M0 P0. What I did is I just removed by default padding and margin for everything. Okay, these things I just removed. Okay, so for now, what we'll do is we'll just open side by side. Let me just make it them side by side. And we'll just make it down. So here, hopefully we can see, this is our P tag and this is our box model. Remember this, okay? This is our box model. So first, let's do with the border. Border you already know, right? So I'll just remove this H1. I don't require H1. So let's clear this H1. So now only we have something called as P tag. So if I just remove this padding 40 also, right? It will be simple, basic, nothing will be there. It will be directly attached. No padding, no margin for now. Okay, for P tag, no padding, no margin. What I can do is, instead of teaching you here, I can just make a big browser here and we can directly continue here only. So that it will be very easy for us to understand. Imagine this is our paragraph. And here what I'll do, I'll just come here and I'll just write here. Okay. On the fly, I can write, let us say color red. It's working, right? Means style I can test here. So what first style I want to test? I want to give a border. Border 1 pixel of solid. Okay. You see, this is touched with the border, right? Lorem is touched with the border. Means there is no space. Here it is space because the word is not complete. That's why we got space here. Leave this side. But you see, L is touched, N is touched, D is touched. I don't want to be touched. I need some space between the content and border. Then the topic I use is padding. I will use padding left. From left, I need padding. How much? Let's say I need 10 pixels. You see, I got a space of 10 pixels here. Right? Inside spacing, we use padding. Let us say 10 pixels are not sufficient. Let me just add it. I need padding of 50 pixels, 60 pixels. You see, we are getting space. Now you see it is attached here also. Right? I want padding right also. So you can just write padding right. Let us start with the 10 pixels only. You see, I got 10 pixels here. If I just keep on incrementing this, we are getting padding left, padding right. But you see, it is stuck on the top. From top also, I need some space. Then you can just see padding top. Very good. Padding top. And here we can start with 10 pixels. You see, from top, I got the space of 10 pixels. Similarly, if you keep on increasing, the space will come up. Let us say I need some bottom. I don't want to be touched at bottom. Similarly, I can just use padding bottom. Padding bottom starting with 10 pixels and there we go. And here simply I can just increment this value. So this is the padding from where it is space is coming. You see the space is coming inside the border and content. Okay. This area. It is coming space between the content and border. If the space is below border, means inside the border, it is padding. Outside the border, it is margin. So why we need margin? Padding is working fine, right? But imagine this is one content. Okay. We'll just, we can make another example, but understand here only. This is directly stick to the corner of this right, but I need some space at the left and right. So I can just use something called as margin also. Margin left I need. Let us give 10 pixels. You see this border from outside, we got some space. Okay. This is the outside space we got. Similarly, if you just keep on incrementing, this is the outside space. And you can just give the same way margin right also. Margin right here, you can just write 10 pixel again. And you see, we got an outside space here also of 10 pixels. Okay. Similar way, you can also keep on incrementing this. Let us say I don't want this to be touched at the top arrow. I want some down. So I can just use margin. What I can do? Margin top. I can just use, and I can just start with the 10 pixels. You see, I got the top line space. So this is how I can just use the padding and margin. If I need space inside the border, I use property padding. Outside the border, it is called as margin. So this is the basic understanding you should have. So you can just specify the properties: padding top, bottom, left, right, margin top, bottom, left, right. Even if I give you margin bottom also, it will not affect. Okay. Margin. Okay. Let's hold for a minute. You see, for P tag, we have applied many things, right? We have applied color, border. Means in my box model, there should be border, one on all sides. There should be padding left, this much. And if you come and see your box model, you see, this is the padding. Padding, what is the left? 55. Top, 18. Right, 16. Bottom, there is no padding. You see, no color is coming. So let us say if I just manually update this, 60 pixels. Okay, numlock is not working. Huh? Minus 60, not minus 60, I want 60. Enter. Now if you see, at bottom, I got a padding of, margin of 60 pixels. So this is called as box model. If you see up, who added this? Yeah, it added by default. From here, I added. Okay. You see, we'll read this way. Top 18, right 16, bottom 60 and 55. Border is 1 pixel. Why? Because we have only given 1 pixel. If I just write border left, border top, border bottom, it will be different versions. Let us say now border is similar, right? I will just update this border. Let us update this. So this is the different border. Means now the border size is 49 from the right. You can simply upgrade the border. You can just write 0. Means it will be no border. You write 1, 2, 3, 4 and keep on incrementing. This is the border. Okay. Padding inside space. Let us say I want more space at the bottom. So you can come here, double click and upgrade. So there is a more space between the content and border. This is the border and this is the space. So inside space, padding. Outside space, it is not visible for now, but let us say if it is having some more element at the bottom, let us say it has some PP, some paragraph. If you come here, you see, okay, what happened, it has refreshed. Okay. How? Because it automatically refreshes as I write code and come here. So all the stylings become 0. So I just write here. I will not use left, right, top, bottom again. I will just write margin. Okay, we'll just write padding, P for padding and 10 pixels. If you write only 10 pixels, it will be applied to all sides. You see, padding all sides. And let us say I want to apply border also. So you can come here. Border, I want 1 pixel, solid. Okay, this is the padding. And you see, they are touched. Okay, not literally, but we don't have that things. Okay, margin, padding. Okay, it's done. Then what I want is, I want margin bottom. Okay, to show you margin bottom, I will make it 10 pixels. You see, there is a space coming between P and above this. So if I just keep on increasing, You see, it is going down. Means if we have nearby different elements, the margin will work. If you need some space inside, padding will work. Outside, margin will work. So these two important. And this total concept is called as box model. You have a content, then you have padding, border, and margin. Simple way to remember border. Border నుంచి లోపల కావాలంటే padding, బయట కావాలంటే margin. Simple. This is known as box model.